What is going on, guys? The Libra is all game with my review of Kekkai Sensen episode 2 review. And this episode, it was actually pretty simple. To be honest, not that much happened, but we did see a lot of Libra, doing work. And these people, even though they are, like a very small group, they are pretty powerful. But the episode is so, like, at first it started off with like a recap of what happened in the first episode, but we see now that like Libra's base or their new one, and like on the outside it looks like this rundown building, but on the inside though it looks pretty freaking impressive. And so we see now, or at least we get introduced to like one more new character, and we also learned the name of the other character that was shown at the end of last week that was like playing chess with like Klaus. And so we see that this one man, his name is like Albert or Gilbert, but this guy right here, for some reason, he is wrapped up in a ton of bandages. Now, we have no idea what happened to him, but his character design, I do hope that, that we learn more about him, because to be honest, I actually like his look. He has the like gentleman look to him, so I do wonder what happened that like caused him to get so messed up. But we learn now that Zap, for some reason, he like wants to kill Klaus. So he pretty much attack him at any opening that he gets. But we see now that, at least at this time, Zap here, he did not use his powers. So maybe when he does attack Klaus, he does not go at him seriously, which is why he didn't bring it out. But obviously, Klaus here, this guy is a powerhouse. So I'm pretty sure Zap here would want to avoid, a power battle, but mainly use, a strength match. That right there would make, a lot of sense, at least to me. But now we see Leo here. He actually had the job as a pizza boy, and that right there, that's a probably, for some reason, I did not think that he would have a real job. To me, I thought that he would like stick and stay with like Libra all the time. But we see now that while he was heading to his first delivery, he actually came across, this like boy and girl that were like crossing the street, and this girl here had tripped and dropped her ice cream. And so we see now the older guy, he was obviously, her brother, and her name was Michelle or something like that. And obviously, that right there had to trigger some emotions, in Leo, because his sister name was actually Michelle. But now we see that when he first went to his job, Zap was there, and I'm not sure if that right there was it home or what, but it was like filled with like mannequins and also women. So Zap here is like Zap is like either a pimp, or that right there might have been a whorehouse, like so to say. I'm not really sure what like going on, but we see now that like every time Leo had to make a delivery, Zap would appear out of nowhere, attacking him and like taking the pizza, and that they kept for a while, to eventually Zap was like actually riding with Leo. And so now we see that when they passed this dry killing truck, like Zap here sold for like what it was. Zap here sold is that, but Leo sold for like something much worse. It was like some kind of a demon van, and we see that the humans were like actually demons in disguise. And so now we see that, and now we see that when Leo and that one demon eyes, actually met, Leo here quickly got out of there. And to be honest, I don't blame him for that. I probably would have done the exact same thing. But now we have Leo driving off, but this demon wouldn't let him get away, and he actually, attacked him. And we see now that like Zap, he was losing a ton of blood. And this demon knew that like he was special, because obviously no one should have broke that illusion or see through it, but Leo could. So this guy kidnapped Leo, but you see that before the demon took him away, we have Zap here touching him, and some of his blood got onto Leo. So now in this van, we see now that they have Leo tied up, and there was like this one demon. It was the one that was like behind this illusion. His lab. If you guys watch One Piece, his lab sounded just like Caesar Clown, and I'm pretty sure that right there was like also the same voice actor. I'm not really sure, but they sound so similar, especially that laugh. But now we see the demon. He actually knew about Leo's eyes because as soon as he made Leo open them, he knew what they were. So now this demon actually wants to dissect and study him. But now they are taking these demons. They're taking humans, because that right there was what the clothing were. Those was really people. They are taking these humans so that they can be stored up and eaten. And so we learn now that there was a law, to stop cannibalism. But right now, these demons don't care. And so we have our only female at the moment, and her name is Chain. She was following them to the dry cleaning van, changed to a regular car, and that right there is where she lost them. But then when she goes to the hospital and sees Zap, we learn now that even though they are doing these blood transfusions on him, he is still losing a ton of blood, and that right there was because he had made his blood into this red string that was attached to Leo, so that they could track him. So now we have Steven, Gilbert, and Klaus. They were now all in this car, and Gilbert here, this guy is a beastie driver. This guy, at one point we sitting out on the highway, and he actually plowed through this wall, to get closer to them. And so we see now that Zap, all of this time when he said dog lady, I was wondering, who was talking about, but it was it was Chain. And so we see eventually that Leo, I forgot about this, Leo here, his eyes, they deserve so much credit, because we see that now. Not only can he look through things, but he can also pass on his sight to other people. Because at one point, all these demons, they were all seeing a monkey that's now his pet. So that monkey, I'm pretty sure it's sticking with Leo, because it's so grateful to him for not killing him, in the first episode. But now we see now that one of the demons was definitely getting pretty upset, and he actually wanted to kill Leo, because he was being too troublesome. But now we see apparently Leo can also make everyone see it once, and so he did this move called Plain Eyes. And that right there is where he made everyone sight into one, and obviously that right there would confuse anyone, and so they actually crashed the thing, or at least they came into a halt. And so back at the hospital, we have Zap here, waking up now, and we see that when he had lit one of the strings, we have Chain following that, and this girl is pretty freaking fast. But eventually, they all find the demons, and we have Steven here. I'm still somewhat confused about what his power is, but obviously, this guy can definitely kick. To be honest, it definitely reminded me of Sanji, and he had unleashed just furious kicks on this huge demon, and that really kept it at bay. But then we have Klaus getting in there with another one of his forms, and this one was the 111th one. So that really shows you, how versatile, Klaus is with his powers, because that right there wasn't insane. If he really has over 100 of them, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely, want to see them all. Klaus at this time is probably or definitely my favorite, at least, because this guy is just so beastie. And so we see now that his attack annihilated everything, and even Leo had got caught up in that, because we saw the aftermath of that. Leo was covered in bandages, and obviously there was no way he would be moving anytime soon. But now we learned that the reason why Zap was following him all this time is because Zap was watching and protecting him in his own way. Because at first Klaus asked him that, and Zap turned it down. But obviously he still took the job. But right now Zap is protecting him in his own way. And so we see now that when Leo had recovered and finally had all the bandages off, he had now went out, out the hospital, but we see that when he was, something definitely caught his eye, and so we see him now, wandering around, and eventually he come across this like graveyard, and there he like meets this girl, and apparently this girl is a ghost, and her name is White, and so now she wants to be friends with like Leo, because obviously she knows something about him, because she did know his name, and that right there is where the episode ended. So overall, the episode it was a bit slow, you know, especially at the beginning, because to me, like, I had no idea that the whole kidnapping would like drag up for so long. But I'm not saying it wasn't enjoyable. To me, the episode was good, but it was a bit slow. I'll probably give it maybe a 7 out of 10. But of course, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps me out. And you guys take it easy. I will see you all next time.